Welcome everybody to your angel messages. Today we are going through all 12 signs. We're going to be talking about all three areas of your life: career and finance, or legacy if you're retired, your health and fitness, and relationships. And you know what? Relationships relate to all those things anyways. The angels always remind us that they want us to think about those three areas, because if one area is out of balance, it can affect the other two areas. So we will get some great messages for all of you here. First, we'll start off with the overall energy right now to help you kind of understand where the angels are guiding you. And then we'll go into all 12 signs. Now, one of the things I do differently is I always encourage you to listen to all 12 signs, not just your sun, moon, and rising or Venus, because we have all 12 signs in our chart. Even if there's a part of your chart that there are no planets, there are still things aspecting that. There are transiting planets through it. So it's important to listen to everything. Anything that resonates, grab that journal and write it down. It doesn't matter the sign. This is all divine guidance meant for you because you are here. That's why this video found you. And your spiritual team is so highly efficient that they know when you're going to hear these messages. If you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you here. Welcome back to my subscribers. My name is Devon. I'm an angel intuitive and spiritual teacher, and it is my absolute joy and honor to share these messages with you. And I've noticed that from a lot of you, you really enjoy the all signs messages. So let me know in the comments if you're preferring those all 12 signs, or if you'd like to see me do something different. I'm always looking to change and grow this channel and make it where it's the most effective for you. So like I said, we're going to jump into these this Celtic cross first. I'm going to switch over to that camera view so you can actually see the cards. We're going to do some affirmations as well. This is really important that we're using affirmations at this time. This energy that is guiding us is to take control of our own lives, using affirmations, visualizations, intentions, and of course, listening to that beautiful divine guidance available from our spiritual team. Your spiritual team is your guardian angels, archangels, passed away loved ones, spirit guides, spirit animals, whatever resonates with you. All right, thank you all so much for being here. Let's hop over to your spread so that you can see what the cards are coming up for all of you. I love seeing you all in the comments. Please let me know where you're tuning in from. I read every single one of them. I absolutely love it. Even if you're not here live, I go back and check them out, and I really appreciate it. Hey, Heidi, great to see you here. So let's start off with this Celtic cross. I'll make sure you can see all the cards here perfectly well. Let's start with the heart of this Celtic cross, the heart of your spread. What do we have here? We have the Ace of Fire. You can't make this stuff up. Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, changing your life now. Okay, so let me talk a little bit why this is so fascinating to have this at the heart of our spread. First of all, this is addressing things that we are wanting for, things our heart are wishing for. So sometimes I will be in a coaching session with a client, and I'll say the angels are asking you to get clear on what you want. And a lot of times the client will say, well, I don't know what I want. Well, this is because you're waiting for guidance to see what lights your heart up. And so grab that journal, and anything you hear throughout these messages, make sure you write it down and listen to what your heart is telling you about it. Hey, Margie, Darby, Angie, great to see you all here. Mary Kate, good to see you. Blondie's here. Love it. Shauna, good to see you. I'm honored to have you all here in the chat. So the very first thing that they are addressing is that our heart is wishing for this new, exciting thing. What is this for you? Are you wanting to plan a trip? Are you wanting to call in a new friendship or a new relationship? Are you wanting to try something new or start a creative project? But this is definitely the beginning of it. At the time I'm recording these messages, keep in mind, I always say that prayer protection, asking that I only connect with God's highest vibrational beings, but I do also set the intention that these messages reach you whenever it's in your highest good, which means you could be watching this video a year from now and these messages would still be for you because your team knows when you're going to come across them. But since this is, I want to talk a little bit about the energy right now. It does get baked into this reading, even if you watch this a month from now, 2 months from now, a year, right? Because it's part of the reading. And what did we just have happen on Sunday? For those of you who follow astrology, we had Neptune move into Aries. This is the first time this has happened in our lifetime and this life. And what do we have? It's in Aries. We have this fire sign, brand new. This is brand new to all of us. Hey, Debbie, great to see you here. And so keep that in mind as we're listening, because this is going to be a new experience for all of us. Yes, we are revisiting some energies from when Saturn was last in Aries, which was 97 to 2000. I don't have my notes in front of me, somewhere around then. And we are going to be revisiting some similar themes, but they're going to be totally new because we didn't have Neptune in Aries the last time Saturn was in Aries. So this is exciting for all of us. That's what we're going to definitely be doing affirmations. And let's start off with an affirmation right now. If you want to write in the comment section below, I am open to exciting new opportunities. I am open to exciting new opportunities. It's key that our heart is excited about these things. The other thing I want to comment on, because the energy is baked in here, is we did just have that new moon partial solar eclipse in Aries on Saturday. Very powerful energy, as well as we have Mercury and Venus retrograde right now. So we're going to be taking our time with this energy because they won't be direct until April, which, by the way, that's tomorrow. I can't believe we're already in April, but this is good news. That means things are going to finally begin moving forward. And the fact that you're here listening to these messages now, you are preparing yourself for this energy to suddenly take a leap forward. So I'm getting all kinds of angel bumps and excitement and butterflies in my tummy for the new fun things coming in for all of you listening now or later in the recording. Hey, Shelby, good to see you there. So let's look at the next card here, which is it's the crossing energy, it's the challenge energy, it's the thing that helps us change. So I always see it as a positive thing. The angels always want us to look for the guidance that will gently nudge us in the right direction. Thank you all for putting that in the comment section below. We have the King of Earth. This is a wonderful card to have here. It says generous, professional. Let me hold that up a little better so you can see it a little clearer. The camera was focusing there. Generous, professional, responsible, practical, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities offered, the Midas touch. Now, where this is in the reading means you felt challenged to do this. You're feeling like, when can I just be confident about this? When can I just have things go the way I want them to go? Well, guess what? Right now, we're getting there. We're getting there. We have to have patience. We have to do it one step at a time, but it's coming for us, especially when the sun moves into Taurus. And this is a Taurus energy, this Earth card. Okay. So right now we are beginning to move things forward, and we have to trust that we have to have the patience. We have to have the commitment. And we have to be practical about it, right? The practical part is setting the goals that are practical, right? And anything that you take your time doing to do it right is going to yield you so many benefits down the road. And that's going to be the key thing with Saturn and Neptune and Aries, is really taking our time to make sure we're following what our heart wants, and we're listening to our intuition before we're taking action. Oh, Shauna's birthday is Wednesday. Yay, happy birthday. Happy birthday to all the Aries. That's super fun. Yeah, you get to have, that energy coming in for you there. And I am ready too, Darby. I hear you. I hear you. So this is really interesting. And, this is just a very practical approach to things, right? We're not rushing in because there is going to be so much energy in Aries. Well, right now there's so much energy in Aries, but that's the thing that we want to remember. Just make sure we're taking a grounded, practical approach, and then we will be able to see more clearly, because it's coming up in the subconscious, or something that, is you're being asked to do is spend quiet time alone. We have the Hermit card here, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. One of the things that's going to help you with this practical approach is getting out there and studying something that's going to take things to the next level, but also that self-discovery, because like I said earlier, it is fascinating how often we forget to ask our heart what it wants. We don't listen to what is getting us excited. Sometimes we let our mind take over and we get too practical, and we forget to listen to our body and do that self-discovery. So this card right here is directly related to this self-discovery. If you don't know what it is that you want, or you don't know what the new thing is that you want to do with something you already have, go into that self-discovery. And this is where it's good to, learn about something that really interests you. If you've just always felt called to research something, get on YouTube later today and watch a tutorial about it. Watch somebody else who's been doing it. Like maybe you want to take a painting class, go on YouTube and look for some painting classes. There's so many things we can do to initiate that process. And like I said, baked into these messages, even if you're watching this a year from now, is that new moon solar eclipse we just had on Saturday. That energy is still here right now. So after a new moon is when you want to take that initiation. That is when you want to start really getting clear on what you want and heading in that direction. But how do you know what direction to head unless you listen to your heart, you do that self-discovery, and you get clear on that? So let's see what's coming up in the recent past. The angels always like to acknowledge some stuff we've been doing, and we have the Ace of Earth card here. It says the inflow of abundance, a promising business adventure, important documents or contracts. I love this for you guys because this means you've been putting the effort in to invest in yourself, right? Maybe you've been setting money aside for that business adventure or for that retirement or for that vacation you want to start. There's something you've invested in. There's something you've reviewed. We're in that Mercury retrograde where we're reviewing things. Have you been reviewing contracts, wills, documents? Have you been reviewing your plans? This is a great time to organize, re-strategize, right? And they want to congratulate you for, initiating that work. One of the things that I've been initiating is rearranging and removing some things from my home that aren't serving us anymore. I've been doing my spring cleaning to make way for a fresh energy coming in. So let's see what's coming in for us right now then. We have, at the moment you're hearing these messages, I love this card. For right now, we have that 10 of Earth card, okay? And the 10 of Earth card says a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things. And that's really what it's all about, is finding magic in the little things. Did you guys get to watch Chris Reck on my channel last Wednesday? If you missed it, go check it out. There's so many powerful downloads we got there. And we were joking about whether it was a song or a commercial, the song Best Things in Life Are Free. And I was right in my initial hunch that it is a song. I think I kind of hear it in the back of my head. And some of you did a great job sharing the song, what song it was with us in the comments. Thank you for that. But this is what I always see with this, is when you enjoy the present moment, that is the beauty of abundance. That's what brings in these new things, is when you're being grateful for right where you are in that moment, stopping and watching the butterfly that's flitting across your window. Did you see the one we did last was it not 2 weeks ago? I did on butterflies. This Wednesday, I'm going to do a live on ladybugs. We had a great suggestion in the comments from one of my community members to do ladybugs as a spiritual meaning. I'm so excited to do ladybugs. By the way, tomorrow, the first Tuesday of every month, and tomorrow will be our second one, is our community member live. So I just finally got this membership open to continue with a lot of the people who took my angel communication class. I wanted to have a way for us to come together. And tomorrow is the April community member live. I will do a deep dive into all 12 signs for the community members that will extend from the April messages that I did. I already have that video out. If you haven't seen the April video, it's already up, but this will go in deeper and it'll be an extension bonus reading to that. We'll do all 12 signs. But what we do at this community member live is we have topics. So there's going to be a couple topics I'm going to be covering, spiritual topics, educational things, anything that I'm going to be answering all your questions if you want it to advance your psychic abilities or advance your communication with angels. So if you would like to join, there's still time. Hit the join button below this video and you can become a community member and join that live and ask questions. You can also go watch all the previous videos on there to get caught up. All right, thank you for your patience there, but that just reminded me because it was a community member who gave me that great idea to talk about ladybugs. And ladybugs always show up in my older daughter's room and we don't know how they get in. So we're going to be doing a deeper dive into the meaning of that on Wednesday. So I hope you will all join me there. That's for the entire channel on Wednesday. My Wednesday lives at 11 a.m. Central. We'll talk about that. Plus I'll have more angel messages for you as always. It's always my honor. All right, let's see what's coming up in the near future. We have the Page of Water. Okay, so this is something new as well. Intuitive, sensitive, artistic, friendly. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. This is what we're working on in my community membership. With the community there, we talk about ways to advance our psychic abilities. Even if you've been doing this your whole life, this is new energy coming in for all of us. If you've always known you were psychic from the time you were born and never questioned it, we still have these new energies that are taking our abilities to the next level. So that's one of the reasons it's important to come together in a group and practice these skills and make sure that you are paying attention to the way your skills are advancing. And one of the things I'm getting for everybody here is what's actually happening is your relationship with your spiritual team is going to a new level. And when I look back at the last time Saturn was in Aries, I am really excited about what's coming up for all of us, because when Saturn was in Aries, during that time was when I had the visitation from the angels. When I was 19 years old, I saw angels standing around my bed. I have a whole video on it, so I won't go into it here, but it was a huge activation for my work as a spiritual teacher and my work with the angels. And this is going to go to a new level. We're revisiting some of that, but this time we have Neptune and Aries for it. So super, super exciting. Oh, hey. Yeah. Hey, Truth Affairs. Good to see you there. Blondie, I love seeing and finding salamanders too. So much. That's like one of my favorite things. So we may have to do one on that soon. I think I've talked about lizards in like past lives, but I didn't make it a direct topic. So that would be a great topic. Thank you, Blondie. Hey, Casglow. Good to see you there. So this is really, really exciting. I think that for us all watching here, there might have been a person who popped into your mind that a relationship's going to grow to a new phase or level. Wonderful. Write that in your journal. But it's also going to be our spiritual team. So I'm super excited about this. And let's see where we're going to get our personal power from with this guidance so that we can have another affirmation. If you're just joining, we already did one pocket affirmation was a little bit longer than a pocket affirmation, but it said, I am open to new, exciting opportunities, because that's what we have at the heart of our spread here. So let's see what your personal power is going to be. Okay, we have the World card for your personal power. It says a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. All right, so here's your pocket affirmation for your personal power. I am grateful for the joy in my life. I am grateful for the joy in my life. So we're doing a present tense. Present tense. I am grateful for the joy in my life. And we want to seek that joy every single day. We don't want to put off the joy till the weekend or to the evening or till we get that laundry done. We want to seek joy in the moment. This is going to be your personal power. And you know how I like to approach that? It's like when I see the Two of Pentacles card, which it'll be hilarious if that pops up here in a little bit since it just got into my head. But the Two of Pentacles talks about taking a playful approach. So I always think about, like, Mondays tend to be a day where I'm doing a lot of household chores too, because the kids are out of the house, they're at school, the house has had the weekend of just playtime and fun and everybody all over the place. So, I'm getting things done in between work and other things. I'll put on my favorite podcast. I'll put on, some really great music and dance while I fold the laundry. It can be a little hard to do that, but I do it. And these are things that I find joy in. the joy of learning too, right? And this can help with the self-discovery. I cannot tell you how much learning I have done over the years through audiobooks while I'm outside, hosing off the patio, or while I'm folding laundry. I'm learning about quantum physics. It's just fascinating stuff. And that brings me joy because that's just also my personality anyways, as a Capricorn rising. I like to dual task, have multiple things going on at once. But yes, thank you all for putting that in the comments there. I am grateful for the joy in my life, and this is where you're going to get the power, finding that joy. When I first started this spiritual business in 2017, where I actually left my other business where I did small business consulting, I was using my accounting degree on a regular basis, and the angel said it's time to make this a full-time job to do these angel readings. I opened my company that is called Build Intention, and my tagline was Pursue Joy Daily. And I still love that line. I don't use it on my current branding, but that's your personal power, is pursue joy daily, finding joy in the moment. I can't emphasize it enough. And there's always opportunity for that, even for those of us who are experiencing grief right now. Even for those of us who are experiencing changes, this eclipse season was tough on a lot of people. I had a lot of friends going through things, family members, things in my life shifting too. And we just have to try to take that 30,000 foot approach that the angels do and say, everything is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. And that way we take ourselves out of that victim mode. We can step back. We can acknowledge the pain. We can acknowledge the grief, and we can pursue that joy. So let's see what's coming up in our external factors so we can get to your all 12 signs here. We have King of Air. So this is going to be people in your life, your environment, where you work, just the energy around you. And it says, brilliant, impartial, professional, diplomatic, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. Well, what I want you to keep in mind with the King of Air card is, because this is your external factors, it might mean it's time to get that third party involved with something that you need help with. Is it time to get some professional advice or outsource something so that you have more time to focus on this self-discovery? And I really feel like that's some of the things that we get wrapped up in, is this idea that you have to do it all on your own, and you are not meant to do it all on your own. You are meant to seek that help. And when you ask somebody else for help, you're giving them the new opportunity to start something new, right? So something as little as, it's not little, but let's say you've always cleaned your own house, but you just don't see how you'll ever have time to start that book or start that new project or that side business. You hire somebody to help you clean. Now they get that new opportunity. It's that giving and receiving cycle. But also this could be, maybe you just need to get somebody to work with you on what it is that your heart wants. So, hire a mentor, get an advisor, go online, follow somebody that inspires you, okay? See somebody else who's done it before you. Get that professional advice, For some of you, it feels like maybe you need somebody who's going to be a mediator between you and another person, right? And this doesn't have to be anything negative. It could just be like, let's have a third party come in and look at this differently, so that you can, see things from a different perspective. So I am getting that if you're feeling stuck on anything, or you're feeling stuck getting started and having this like practical approach, getting some advice is going to really help you keep that moving. Moving on to the hopes or fears card. Listen to my Texas accent coming out there. The Chariot, 7, the Chariot, Archangel Metatron, an important achievement, self-discipline, willpower, and public recognition. All right, where this card is in your spread represents your hopes or fears. I like to say the two sides of the same coin. This is where all of you listening, in case you didn't know, or if you already know, I'm going to remind you, you're a light worker. You have natural born intuitive abilities. But one of the biggest things I see with my coaching sessions and with my students and clients is we have both a fear of failure and a fear of success. And it's actually the fear of success that holds my light worker friends back the most. Even myself, we're all human. And what tends to happen is what if this actually works? Now what am I going to do with XYZ, right? That's where you get that other advice, okay? If you're sitting there going, what if I start that business and it really takes off and then I don't have time on the weekends with my family? Well, in that case, you would probably start outsourcing. Go see what somebody else did when they faced that issue, or get some advice on how you can schedule things so that doesn't happen, right? Have you heard about these people that will help you with time management? There's so much coaching out there available that's just fantastic. And there are people who all they do is work with somebody on time management so that they can make room for this new career, this side business, this creative project, this book, right? And they're fantastic at it. So they've made an entire business out of helping somebody else follow their dreams. So definitely, I feel for all of us, getting outside help with things can really be beneficial. And then we have the outcome card before we're going to get to all 12 signs just after this. If you're just joining us, we have the Queen of Fire. So this is the outcome card. This is beautiful energy, confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. I love this card for the final outcome because you see what's happening here. We started with the Ace of Fire, and now we have the outcome, as long as we don't let these fears hold us back. Because the Chariot card is about leaving something behind, but not necessarily knowing where you're going or not really having a lot of control over it. It's about staying in divine flow. So if you stay in divine flow, you listen to your spiritual team, you follow the angel signs and all the messages coming through. How many of you have been seeing repeating numbers like crazy lately, right? If you're new to my channel, check out my angel number series. I do custom angel messages for each number that are a little different from the common ones, because I find that sometimes, we all have our own unique messaging, but sometimes they're similar with all of you. So this Queen of Fire card here, where it's talking about assert your independence and creativity, that is really the guidance here. And we're going to do a pocket affirmation. That's why I paused, because it was coming through. The pocket affirmation was downloading. But this is such a beautiful energy for somebody who it might be holding themselves back because they're afraid of the outcome, right? But you're saying to yourself, no, I am going to stay in divine flow. I'm going to trust my intuition, and then I'm going to be successful. So let's do the pocket affirmation that was coming through. If I can recall it here, just a second. Angels, you had it drop in there. I am confident on my path. I am confident on my path. So on the path I am on, I am confident, and I am going to stretch my wings and fly. You can add that part in there if you want to too. I was trying to keep it short for you. I am confident on my path. If you want to write that in the comment section below, because that's the energy we need. We already have the tools we need. We just might need to get that third-party advice, get some support, go online, go to YouTube, and find somebody you really, admire. Speaking of people you admire, I really admire Chris Reck. Go check out chrisreck.com if you need help getting started. He's helped me so much with my YouTube channel and understanding the way it works. And he has loads of free information on chrisreck.com. Plus, he has challenges on there to help you get started as well. We were talking about this last Wednesday on the live that he was on with me, that, sometimes it's just unblocking ourselves. We need to do that self-discovery. Then we get super excited to get started. So it doesn't mean you have to hire somebody. There's lots of free advice out there, and you can definitely check out chrisreck.com for a bunch of that. All right, let's go on to your 12 signs. Like I said, if you're just joining me, I definitely encourage you to listen to all 12 signs, because we are not just our sun, moon, rising, or Venus. We are all 12 signs in the zodiac. So if you have your journal close by, grab it if you haven't already. Get ready to write down what resonates with you. I will put the timestamps in after the end of the show as soon as I have a minute. But I will also have the sign up in the bottom left corner so you can fast forward if I haven't gotten them up there yet. And then if you do have something really stand out for you, or you have a person come through, or a vision or an image, Write down what sign it was for. Maybe it's related to that house in your chart. If you're somebody who studied your chart, or you don't even have to know anything about astrology, but you can just know about the energy, right? Because like Aries is fire, Taurus is earth. So we'll go into what this is. I just encourage you to write down whatever really stands out for you. Let's see here. Let's pull up Aries. All right, I'm going to remember to do these timestamps here. We have Aries, and we're going to check out these 3 cards for you. First, we have organic foods, and this is from the Archangel Raphael deck, so it has a little prayer here at the bottom. I'm not going to read that right now. I don't read these cards literally. I just use them intuitively and whatever stands up for me, but because especially here in the Northern Hemisphere, we just hit the spring equinox. I'm getting ready to plant a ton of tomatoes, bell peppers, all kinds of other things. I've already got my onions in, herbs and fresh things like that. We can all benefit from checking in with the food we're eating and eating cleaner, right? You know, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, but I know the value of getting clear on the things we're putting in our body. But we're going to pull this all together. So that's the first thing we're getting for Aries. Hey, AC, good morning. Good to see you there. The next card we have for Aries is get some exercise. All right. So we're still focused on kind of this health vibe that's coming through for Aries right now, but I'll clear that up in just a minute. It says, as your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. This is really great energy too for Aries, because we know you have a lot of energy. You like to charge ahead. It requires endurance. It requires strength. So make sure you're checking in with your physical body too. Now, like I said, we always look at these 3 messages in our chart, the 3 areas: relationships, career, finance, legacy, and health and fitness. But let's say, you know, if your body is feeling off, it's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your work, right? Or the things that you get excited about. That's why they have that saying, health is wealth, is because when you feel good, you're willing to take charge. So let's see what else is coming up. This is the Radley Valentine. I think it's the magical messages fairies from the fairies, and this is the romance deck that I love, that I did all of our. Have you seen the Venus retrograde video? If you didn't, go check it out. I did all relationships, and I thought this deck was perfect for it. It says religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious factors, religious upbringing, and spiritual path. So this is interesting, coming up with the physical side of these things. Are you experiencing things in your body that are related to your past or the way you were brought up? This could be something that's worth addressing right now, especially since we just had that new moon in Aries, but all of us listening, that this is something we want to think about. Where in your body could you send some love and nurture it? And maybe you have all the ability you need to heal that, but you're kind of stuck in an old mindset that you can't heal it on your own, right? So we want to embrace the idea that you are capable of healing yourself, and you are capable of feeling better. Now, again, definitely consult your doctor for anything you need, but is there something blocking you from really embracing your body's own ability to heal? And is there something that you could change right now when it comes to what you're consuming, and also how you're getting your activity that would also help bring in that healing? So again, not a doctor, definitely go consult your doctor if there's anything coming up for you. But I do also feel these messages for Aries are talking about the fact that any blocks you're feeling, you can overcome them by just checking in with what you're consuming and moving your body. And that's one of the things we all want to keep in mind. That's why I say listen to all 12 signs, is what are you consuming on social media? What are you consuming from the news? Maybe it's time to turn off all that nonsense and jargon and get outside and get some exercise. Then you might get really clear. That will help you get a lot of clarity on where religious factors might be blocking you in a certain area of your life, right? And this could be any area of your life, but it could even be with a romantic partner. It could be with you finally getting your spiritual business off the ground. Are you still stuck in that mindset of, oh, this is too woo-woo, or oh, my family wouldn't have approved. These are things we have to overcome. And the best way to do that is to watch what you're consuming. Surround yourself with people who support you. Get out there and get active. Join a group of people that support you on your path. And that's going to be really, really helpful for the Aries. All right. AC says, did anyone else feel that 9-degree Aries eclipse on Saturday? It was popping 80-degree weather in NYC that day. Oh, that's it. Sounds like it was a nice day, AC. Yeah, I felt it. It was, you know what? I'm trying to think, what was the energy for me? Like, it felt good to me. It was for an eclipse, you know what I mean? But a lot of times we don't see the results of an eclipse till a few days later, even maybe not even until the next eclipse cycle. But it actually was, for me, it was better than the full moon one, for sure. Janie says, I'm late starting from the beginning, but want to say thank you. Oh, thank you, Janie. That's so sweet. I'm grateful you're here. So let's move on to the Taurus. And I said I would do the timestamps here. All right, Taurus, what do we have for you for your angel messages today? The first card we have is give us your cares. Give us your cares. Look at that angel putting the hand on that person's shoulder. This is so beautiful for Taurus because, you know, a lot of this stuff energy that's going on for Taurus suns, if you're looking from a solar perspective or if it's rising, it's in your 12th house. Stuff is bubbling up. Stuff is hidden there, but you don't really know how to handle it. Surrender it to your team. This is a great message for all of us. You know, that's one of the big things I teach in my angel communication class is at some point you have to let go. Once you ask the angels for help, which is huge, and you're noticing the signs and you're having the gratitude and you're expecting answers, then you have to actually let go of the outcome. We can't try to control when things change, especially if this is involving health for you. Since I pulled this for, I am leaving it open to whatever messages come through for you. But in general, they're talking about any health concerns. They're wanting you to ask for help. Let your spiritual team guide you to the right healthcare provider or to the right new exercise routine or healthcare routine. Okay, so that's going to be really helpful. And if you've already found someone new, a new healthcare provider, then do that trust thing. Ask the team to guide you on what questions to ask and what's going to help the best. And I think that'll really help with all of you. AC says Taurus also still has Uranus in its sign in the final round of degrees, getting close to that critical anaretic degree of 29. That's such a good point, AC. Definitely Tauruses are closing things out. Yes, I didn't get a chance to talk about it with Chris. I had it in my notes, but last Wednesday when Chris was on, we were talking about Neptune and Saturn going into Aries. And then I was going to talk about Uranus and Gemini, but then we got to, it just got a little late. I wanted to get into the messages, but we do have Uranus going into Gemini this summer. So you're right. I mean, that we're wrapping up these final things. It's going to be powerful to see the transformation going through. And we've already been going through such powerful transformation. So let's see what's coming up for Tauruses with this fairy deck. It's usually addressing career and finance as the initial intention. We have patience, please. What you're asking for is coming. Have patience. All right. So I'm getting that, you know, again, this card right here says, give us your cares. So what's the first thing that pops into your mind that you've been stressing about? Ask your team for help and then just have patience because things have to line up behind the scenes. And just as AC pointed out, we've still got Uranus in your sign for a little while longer. Things are still being transformed. We still have to allow everything to go into alignment for things to come the way that, get the outcome we want. So let's see what we have for relationships here, or however it ties in. We have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this is how you have patience, finding that joy, do something you love, plan a vacation, plan a party with somebody, but do something you love. That's going to help you have patience. Just like I was saying a few weeks ago, I was planning a trip that we were going to take. My daughters and I were going to be flying somewhere, and that eclipse knocked that one right off the calendar. The entire trip got canceled the night before. which was fine. Everything happens for a reason, but I was already planning for it to be a little bit of I'd gotten a lot of guidance from the angels, like plan for things, plan to change your plans and all that. So I'd packed some coloring books and pencils. I like to color myself. I have the adult coloring books. I like to sketch. I like to do other, like I like to play cards, so I would pack some things that would be fun and make it feel like a vacation no matter what was going on, right? You can do that with whatever this is, whether it's you're waiting for your health to see that shift in your health, whether it's you're waiting to see that shift with your work or your finances, or whether you're waiting to finally call in that soulmate or that new group of people you want to be a part of. Have patience. Things are lining up behind the scenes, and go enjoy yourself. I like to always say the angels remind us, if you were looking for a romantic partner, then you got to show yourself the love. You've got to take yourself on that romantic date. You've got to dress the way you would want to dress when you were with your romantic partner. You've got to do the things you want to do. That's going to put you in the pathway of this ideal partner for you. So anything you can do that will help you fall in love will be really beneficial for the Tauruses. All right. Moving on to Geminis. Geminis, what do we have for you guys? We have exercise is key. Wow, we are getting so much. We are all being asked to focus on our physical bodies right now. This is great. I mean, it is true. We can get some amazing psychic downloads when we are moving our body. A lot of times people who are new to meditation, they assume it means you have to sit in a corner all day long to actually have connection. And it's not true. Some of my best downloads come when I'm on my walk outside in nature, or I'm doing something around the house, and I'm not really thinking. I'm just present in the moment. And it really is beneficial. Heidi says, I went into doctor's appointment and the light in the room turned off. I was a bit confused by the sign, but the doctor was so nice and informative. Interesting. Yeah, that could have been like your energy coming in the room, interfering with the lighting or something like that to just show that you're in alignment there. Very interesting. And Casglow said she played pickleball yesterday. Yay! That's super fun. Yeah, I haven't played. I first learned it last August when a friend invited me to join, and I was just thinking yesterday how I miss it. I just haven't had time for it. And I want my daughters to learn too. And they kind of roll their eyes at me when I say that though. But I'm hoping I'm going to find some time to play it. It's the kind of game that, you can either get like all in and get really competitive, or you can just go play when you want to. So I definitely want to make more time for it. I think that's my sign, Casglow, that I need to make a little more time for it. I love it. But yeah, exercise is wonderful. And let's see what else we have here for Geminis. We have connect with nature. Well, again, getting out in nature, grounding. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. All right, is it time to plant that vegetable garden, Geminis? Even if you don't have space for that, you can do container gardening. If you have like a little window or a little patio where you can get some sun. Plus, there are quite a few plants that will grow in partial shade, or you could get those indoor gardenings. I don't know why. Have some of you been thinking about doing that? Because that's what really came to mind, is like indoor gardening or gardening in the window if there's no outdoor space for it. Or even joining a local garden where you can be a part of that. But get out, connect with nature. That's going to really help you. And I'm also feeling for Geminis that this is because what you really want to be doing is grounding your energy. Make sure you're not getting caught in your amazing mind. You have great minds, Geminis, but make sure you're connecting with nature so you can also get those intuitive downloads. And what else do we have coming up for relationships, or to pull this all together? For Geminis, we have past life relationship. You have known each other before. All right, so you have somebody in your life that feels very familiar, but you don't really know them that well. Or this person is going to be connecting with you through exercise. So it might be that you're deciding to hire a trainer to work with you, a fitness instructor, or join a fitness class, and you just really hit it off with the instructor because you know each other from past life. You agreed to come together in this lifetime to make sure you are doing healthy things with your body, and maybe it even advances into some kind of friendship or other relationship. So yes, definitely, I think very helpful for the Geminis. Oh, Debbie, sending you love and protection. She says she's got a tornado warning where she is. I'm not sure where you're tuning in from, but sending you good energy, Debbie. Yeah, so I really like this energy for Geminis. It's really about getting out again. We're getting that same theme of exercise, but also doing it where you can be outdoors and even pulling in somebody from a past life. It doesn't have to be a past life, like maybe you're somebody who doesn't really know if you believe in past lives. This could be somebody from your childhood or your younger years that, is going to encourage you and support you in getting back to some kind of routine. Maybe somebody you knew from the past likes pickleball too, and y'all can make a team together. All right, moving on to, let's see, we're at Cancers, my sun sign. What do we have for Cancers? We have consult a nutritionist. Goodness gracious, all these cards are about what we are doing. And what's interesting? I have actually been thinking about doing this because I've been changing up the way I eat lately. Just as we get older, we find like different things we need. And I had been doing intermittent fasting for years, and I'm finding that as I get older, it's not really working for me. Now, of course, I'm just talking about me. This is not for you. Definitely consult your doctor for whatever that is, but it is saying consult a nutritionist. And so this is a in-my-face message for me, but this is also that idea that we had in the Celtic cross about external factors and seeking advice from someone else. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to go hire a nutritionist, but you may need to go online and learn about different recipes and ways of eating that will support your body. And of course, consult your doctor as well. But this is really powerful energy that's supporting what we're all getting right now. And we have the flower power. That's interesting. Flower power for careers. It's Cancers. It says spend time with flower essences to increase your personal healing power. Well, this is actually something I'm currently doing right now. I'm in the process of getting my vegetables planted, my herbs planted. The beds aren't quite ready, but I'm also planting some new flowers. I just put some new ones in a pot yesterday. So yes, I definitely love this card for benefiting our energy. Casclo says, I just bought another plant for my office at work to help ground. I love that. I've been thinking about getting another one as well. Because of our 2 kitties, I can't have plants all over the house the way I want. So the only room in the house where I have them is the office, because they're not allowed in here with all of the electronics and cords that they might find really fun to chew on. So I definitely, this is the off limits for cats room. It's really the only room we don't let them in. So I do get to have my orchid in here that my sister got me for Christmas, and I have some succulents. But yeah, that's a great point. I would love to have some colorful flowers in here as well. Yes, definitely. I would definitely, prepare physically for the next chapter is a great message coming through, AC. I love that. So we have the third card here for Cancers. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, what's the first thing that came to mind for you, Cancers? Do you have your eye on somebody? Have you just met someone new? I do not read these cards literally, but we can take that word romance there and go back to the original Celtic cross messages at the beginning of this video about finding joy, right? When you feel the romance of life with a partner or with someone else, you are also experiencing joy, that joy of connection. So this is also a card of doing things that help you feel the romance of life and really stay in that place of joy. And I do feel like nature is full of romance, full of joy, if we stay in the present moment and look for it. And I mean, you can't really make this up. You can't deny that it's talking about flowers, and flowers are associated with romance and weddings and, bringing someone a rose when you fall in love, right? Or for Valentine's Day. So I'm loving this energy here. It feels like for some of us that are wanting to focus a little bit on our health and wellness, that it could be that the health comes from consulting a nutritionist who can help you bring in these herbal remedies or whatever those are. So definitely consider that. But consult your own doctor for that, and check in with your gut as always. Awakening of Lilith, good to see you there. Hello. Yes. Let's move on to the Leos here. Sometimes I'm fast with the signs, sometimes not so much. Okay, we have the first card here, says sunlight. Leos, you literally are the sun. Sun rules your sign, and we have sunlight. It says to really help you with anything you're working on right now. Get out into the sun, get some sunlight. Or it could mean that you need to allow yourself to really embrace something your heart wants, since the sun rules you, right? So I love this card for Leos. It's perfect. And it's saying that maybe you've been indoors too much. Maybe you need to get out there in a bigger way. It doesn't have to be literally. It doesn't mean you actually have to go stand in the sun. Take care to protect yourself if you do that. But also, it could be that you've been hiding something that it's time for you to share with the world. It's time to get it out there in a bigger way, which I did feel that. I believe if you missed them, go check out Chris Reck on my channel last Wednesday. With Leos, there was stuff coming up about career for sure, and wanting to do something your heart wants. So go check that out as well. And we have coming up for career and finance, or however it ties in, your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming. So what have you been wishing for from your heart? Leos, they're saying it's coming for you. All right. And was it Taurus that had the patience please card? Same thing. You've made your wish. Now we have to hold space for it to come in. Just keep checking in with your heart, making sure you're following what you want. And for the relationship card, we have let your friends help you. So again, I feel like it would be really beneficial to either go rewatch, or if you haven't watched it, watch Chris Reck and I on my channel last Wednesday, because this really will clarify what they're talking about here. You may need to reach out to some people, to some colleagues, to bring in this new opportunity that you're wanting. It may be a new relationship. It may be something new with your career. It may be a new way of addressing your health. But, for up until, from Aries through Cancer, a lot of the messages have been about our physical health. For Leo, this is talking about your emotional health here, and finally getting to do the things you want. Just be willing to ask for help. We were talking about that giving and receiving cycle. Yes, they're super positive, AC. That's what I love about these decks. But, it's also important to keep our vibration high to attract these things in. So really good stuff coming in for Leos. Just be willing to ask for help. Be willing to get out there in that sunlight. All right, moving on to Virgos. What do we have for Virgos? Virgos, we have ask your body for a message. I love it when I get this card for Virgos. I get this card a lot for Virgos, because you guys are earth signs and you're so focused on your body. You are so aware of your body. And actually, you're so practical and grounded that you sometimes ignore things in your body because you're trying to get the job done. But if you are catching yourself over analyzing something, go back into asking your body for a message. Anything that's been going on for you with your emotional health, your physical health, or your mental health, ask your body for a message. Ask for that intuitive sign. I love that there. And just really remember that we want to be still and listen. And I'm hearing for some of you Virgos, muscle testing would be a good approach. If you're not familiar with muscle testing, I'm sure I'm not sure, I haven't looked recently, but I would imagine there's a bazillion videos on YouTube about muscle testing. I actually learned about muscle testing through one of my certification classes, but I'm sure there are people out there discussing it. It can be really helpful. But also it's that same thing of like getting a tingling or, a sensation in your body. Those kinds of things are going to be helpful for Virgos. And the next card we have is travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. All right, Virgos, where are you going in the next month or two? What plans do you have? There's going to be positive changes coming through from you for that travel. So stay optimistic about whatever this is for you. I'm getting for most of us, this is something you already have planned. So you might not be that excited about it because it might be something having to do with work or something having to do with family, but it is going to be positive. So they're asking you to hold space for that. And I am getting for Ask Your Body for a message that when it comes to making decisions about this travel, anything that feels off, ask your body. Your body will tell you if you're right about that. Like I said, with the trip that got canceled for me, there definitely was a feeling of relief when it got canceled, even though I was sad. And I didn't even realize I had been feeling a little bit of like pressure in the back of my neck. Like, oh, I hope this goes well. Hey, Heather. Heather's in there, Virgo rising. You know all about that. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, whatever this upcoming travel is, just make sure you're asking your body for messages. I do that a lot when I'm like trying to decide where to go for a location, is I'll actually visualize myself at the location, or I'll go watch a YouTube video about it if I haven't been there so I can kind of get an idea what it looks like. And then I'll listen to my body. Like, does my body feel like it wants to go there? And if I don't get excited about it, that one gets taken off the list for sure. All right. And we have the chemistry card. I love this. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So these cards are all linked to whatever it is that popped into your mind here. You're going to feel this chemistry with whatever this is that's coming up for you. It could be that, like I said, the thing that's coming up for you may not be as exciting as you want it to be, but if you hold space for it to be better than you could imagine, then the chemistry will be there for it to be absolutely amazing. Now, if you're not actually traveling, this could be like traveling through the mind, through dream time, through creative work, right? Again, you're going to want to feel that chemistry. So if you're starting a new project, then you are going to listen to your body. Are you excited to work on it? Are you excited to do it that way? And let there be chemistry in that project, because then it will shine through and it will lead you to that success. So I love that for Virgos. AC says, love the travel card. I'm getting Aquarius vibe off of it, which is interesting since that will be 6th house for Virgo. Yeah, that is very interesting. I love that. I love that synchronicity there. Okay, Libras. What do we have here for Libras? We have expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. So something that, you know, you're really, really wanting. It could be with your health and fitness. It could be with the relationship. It could be with your career or project. Expect a miracle. Expect everything to be just better than you can imagine, just like we got for Virgos, right? And, you know, Libras, you've been on my mind a lot lately because of this energy we're experiencing with Neptune going into Aries. You know, that's your 7th house, if from a solar chart perspective. So relationships, but this could be, you know, also like career stuff, long-term relationships with that. So expect a miracle, because things might seem, I don't know, they might seem like they're not moving the way you want them to, but we just want to use our intuitive abilities to expect that miracle. And then we're going to get the next card here is new home. Okay, some of you may be moving. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. Now, again, I don't read these cards literally, so you may not have any intention to move, but you might find a new home in the way you work, or the group of people you work with make you feel you're going to move to work with a new group of people where you feel at home, right? So it's really the home card that's resonating here. The work you're doing, or maybe it's a new relationship where you feel at home being yourself. It's the kind of person that you just want to hang out at home all day with them. Or like I said, that best friend that you can tell anything to, you can be completely authentic. So this is really positive for Libras, especially with all the relationship energy you have happening for you right now as we speak, but also come for quite a while once Saturn moves into your 7th house as well. So let's see what we have here for relationships. All right, so for relationships, we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in the relationship. I don't read this as a negative or positive card. Did anything pop into your mind when you saw that? First, I want you to write that down in your journal, but also I want to tell you what else I'm getting from this. I think this might be you. You might be deceiving yourself when it comes to a relationship. You're turning a blind eye to something, or maybe there is something you want that you're like, oh, no, I don't need that. And you're not owning what your heart really wants. And that's when you really find yourself at home in your work, in your relationship with your body, your physical body, you will be able to see the truth there. So this is, we had that self-discovery card in the overall spread. If you missed that, if you're just joining us, go back and watch the Celtic spread at the end, because we're all being asked to do this self-discovery. And like I said, maybe there is somebody that you kind of in the back of your head, you're like, I'm not sure they're telling me everything. But I am getting for most Libras, this is more something that you need to ask your heart about, and just make sure you're not deceiving yourself about it. And then you will feel at home, which I love that home card there. So just expect a miracle. Beautiful card there. All right, moving on to the Scorpios. Scorpios, for your health and fitness, or however it ties in, we have massage. When was the last time you got a massage? But this is just talking about, again, your physical body. Like we got with Aries, Virgo, who was saying, ask your body for a message. This is how I would interpret this card too. It doesn't mean you have to go book a massage, right? The angels never tell us what to do anyways. But if you've been wanting to get a massage, maybe it's time to go ahead and schedule it. I really feel though, for most Scorpios, it's really more about breaking down that tension in your body that you feel when you're not following what your heart wants. So we're going to get some guidance here, because I feel more messages coming in about that card. So let's keep going. Whom do you need to forgive, Scorpios? This is your next card, especially, this is what I would call the career, finance, legacy part. Are you experiencing some financial blocks with your work or with what you're doing right now? There is an area in your life where there needs to be more forgiveness. And so let's just say every time you think about a certain person or a certain situation, you get kind of a pain in your neck, and you reach up there and you start rubbing your neck, massaging your neck, right? You're like, oh, my neck hurts, right? They want you to go deeper with that. It's like, when did that start? And why were you thinking about that person when you had that pain in your neck? And then what is it about that you need to forgive? Or do you feel ashamed about something you did, so you need to forgive yourself? So, yeah, I'm sure it is AC, definitely. But it's really powerful to ask ourselves, like, where am I still beating myself up about something, or where am I needing to just let go of something? I was just having a conversation with a good friend about this yesterday, about how often I see people create physical ailments and manifestations out of not letting go of something, out of anger, out of just not ignoring grief, right? It's not that you're like letting go of the grief, but you have to address it. You have to heal yourself through it. That's the only way to do it, is to heal through it. And so there is something here for Scorpios, especially, that still needs to go deeper. But like I say, this is all 12 signs. All of us could probably benefit from doing some self-discovery around what are some things that I could still continue to work on releasing or healing through. Casglow says, without forgiveness, we are bitter. Took me a long time to get over that. Yeah, I totally, it's a true thing, but you're so self-aware, Casglow, and everybody here is that, it's really not hurting the other person anyways, right? Like most of the time, they have no awareness of the things that we're holding on to. They're just living their life, right? So let's get one more clarification here. We have, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. All right, so what comes to mind here? This doesn't have to be an exactly a romantic partner, because I don't read these literally. It's whoever comes into your mind. And this could even be with a passed away loved one. I'm getting for some of us, this may be a passed away loved one that you need to heal something with them. Give it a chance. Give it a chance to heal across the veil. That is a thing that can be done. You know, to Casclow's point about hanging on to the bitterness, you can work on forgiveness with somebody who's passed away. It just takes that intention. It takes listening to your physical body. It takes doing the work. Of course, journaling is a great way to do it. You could get a reading with someone you trust. You know, my good friend Scott Cruz, he's a fantastic medium. Maybe he could help you through that. You know, these are things that will benefit all of us to think about, but it's not, it might be a different way to do it, but it is possible to heal a relationship with somebody that's no longer in your life. It could even be somebody that's an ex that you never want to talk to again. You can still heal that relationship and forgive that person without ever having to talk to them. You know, I've been really pondering a lot about what Chris Rex says in his readings a lot. He's like, he talks a lot about people who are always holding out for closure. And it's like, is there really such thing as closure? And I like that question, pondering that question. Is there really such thing as closure? Because, even if you get the closure, what is that going to do if you're not willing to forgive or heal? So let's move on to Sagittarius. I know we got a Sagittarius in the house here. Okay, what do we have for you guys here? We've got recovery. All right. So Sagittarius, you're recovering from something. Maybe you've just been really worn down. Maybe you've been feeling blocked. Maybe something happened for you that really shut you down and you're in the recovery stage right now. So you're really being asked to embrace that energy. And I say this every time for Sagittarius, that, you guys are expected to really bloom this year and really take things to a new level, but it's going to be with something you want this time. It's not going to be doing it for someone else. So I love this card for Sagittarius, and you know who you are and what that means out there listening in the audience. We have this next card for career and finance. Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So what have you been thinking about doing? Start practicing a little more every day on that. Make time for it. Hold space for it. Heather's like, it's me. I'm the Sag in the house. Yep, it's you. So yeah, definitely, taking time to practice the things that you want in your life, but also like practicing holding space for yourself. That could be all that's really needed. The skills are already there, but making more of an effort to hold space for those things is going to be really, really potent as well. I think that's with Sagittarius are always doing everything for everybody else. It's like practice doing you first, then everybody else, or holding space for that creative project 10 minutes a day or whatever. And let's see what else is coming up for Sagittarius. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Interesting. So that might be literal for some of you out there. But again, this goes back to the forgiveness card that we were talking about before with the Scorpios, that just anything we can do where maybe you felt like you were part of a family and then you no longer resonated with that group, or things just shifted to the point that you just were no longer part of that. You're in this recovery from that, but trust that it's because that's what it felt like. It felt like you were part of a family and then things just shifted dramatically, and what you thought was real wasn't necessarily real or authentic, or it just changed to the point where it didn't resonate anymore, right? So you're on the path to recovery here, Sagittarius. This makes me super excited for you. Just practice making time for what you want. Because you're bringing us big, big things. We need you to bring in your skills at the next level too. All right, for Capricorns, which is my rising sign here, we have diet is important here. Well, this is hilarious. Chris Reck talks about like always listening to your opposite side. Well, my opposite sign is my rising sign, right? Since I'm a Cancer and I'm a Cap rising. And Cancer's got consults a nutritionist, and this says diet is important here. So guess I'm going to be consulting a nutritionist. But no, talk to your doctor about it. The point is, it's what are you consuming? and that means consuming your own thoughts as well, right? So we talk about this a lot. What is your self-talk like, and, the programming that we live by every day, what are things that we don't even, that we unconsciously, how we treat ourselves, right? So definitely taking a look at what you're consuming, maybe turning off the TV, maybe not listening to every health guru out there. We have vegetarian. Interesting. Okay, so for Capricorns, it may be that you've been very heavy in like your protein consumption and you need to bring in more fruits and vegetables. It could be that the opposite is the case. You need to check in and see that if you are a vegetarian, you need to get things checked to see if you've got good levels there. And I think that's going to really benefit everybody here. Of course, not a doctor, consult your own doctor, but it's always a good idea to check in with our health, get a baseline, check our nutrient levels. I was just listening to yet another podcast on health the other day talking about how most people are vitamin D deficient. We hear this all the time, so it's always a good idea to get your vitamin D levels checked, but everything checked really. And I'm definitely getting that message for Capricorn. So, take it with a grain of salt. This is not a healthcare provider here, but there's something coming in about checking in with that for your body. And then I have keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. All right. So for Capricorns, I'm actually not getting this as a relationship reading for you guys, like romance, unless that's something you are here for. It's more about keeping an open mind regarding who you are working with for your health. So this feels more about focusing on your health and fitness, Capricorns, and keeping an open mind about your approach to that, right? So if you're somebody that's just like, I could never be a vegetarian or whatever, like, I'm not saying you need to be a vegetarian. I'm saying maybe you need to just keep an open mind about just adding more of that into your diet, or just consult somebody who can guide you through that process, and try to stay really open-minded about the way you can bring better health and just feel better in general, Capricorns. So that did definitely feel like it was resonating more in that area for you, Capricorns. And what are we getting for Aquarius? Aquarius, we are getting call upon Archangel Raphael for help. Look at that. The Raphael deck says call on Raphael. I love that. There's something you're wanting to heal through. Raphael is an amazing energy for healing relationships, healing physical issues, healing through the past. Archangel Raphael can help you heal a relationship with somebody who's no longer in your life. They're either passed away or there's no way to contact them. This can really, really benefit you. And Archangel Raphael is wonderful for working with children too, by the way, or anything from your childhood that still needs healing. And then we have do some research. You need some more information about this situation. Look into it further before proceeding. Well, most Aquarians I know are fantastic at research. So you probably already have done a lot of research on what this is that you're needing help with. I'm feeling like there's still something you're not sure about. You're not sure how you want to handle it. What I'm actually getting for Aquarians here is the research you need to do. 12:12 my time. That nets to a 33 angel number. This is an angel number anyways. I have a video on it actually. But what I'm getting for Aquarians is the research that needs to be done is go and see how other people have done it and see what resonates. There's something you're wanting to do. You already know like the information behind doing it, but you need to go see, okay, how did this person do this? And how did that person do it? And it doesn't mean that you have to do it their way, but it might be that you take one technique from one person and one technique from another, and you create, of course, your own independent way of doing it like you Aquarians do anyways. So I know you've already done the research. I think the research is about just go find some examples, and that will inspire you. And then I have the wedding card. This situation involves marriage. Didn't we get that? I have been getting the marriage card constantly for Aquarians. So some of you have recently gotten married, or you're about to get married or about to get engaged. But if you're not here for that, this just means you're going to be making a long-term commitment to something. It could be to a person, it could be to a project, it could be to a new way of, approaching your health. Archangel Raphael will help you with that. But I just cannot tell you how many single times I've gotten the marriage card for Aquarians. So congratulations, whatever this long-term commitment that you're making is, you're being guided along the way. So just go see how other people did it. Like, go see, you want a destination wedding in, I don't know, San Francisco? I don't know why San Francisco came up. Go find people who did destination weddings on YouTube in San Francisco. Go see what they did. Go see what some of the fun things are. All right, let's pull up the final degree here, and then we'll get to your bonus reading. I forgot to mention at the beginning that I always do the bonus reading with some actions to take, and we'll get to those in just a minute. We are now on, I got to switch the sign. All righty, we are at Pisces. Nope, that's Aquarius again. Pisces. All right, Pisces. All right, for health and fitness, or just this, overall health card, we got home help. So yeah, this is just getting help with your environment where you're in. This could be, maybe you just need more help with your work. Like you need to hire more help with your work. You're taking on too much on your own. It could be that you need to get somebody to come in and actually clean your house for you, so you have more time to go to the gym, or you have more time to focus on that creative project. So just, bring help in to the work you're doing, whatever that is. Bring it into your home. If this, I am seeing that this could be, this could be like having somebody bring you groceries, using a grocery delivery service so that you can always have healthy food around because you work so much, or because, it's too tempting to go to the store and buy the unhealthy food, right? So bring in that home help. I'm getting that for a lot of you. I did get, for some Pisces out there, this could mean getting help for a family member who's needing help. So if somebody came to mind that is needing your assistance a lot, maybe it's time to go ahead and ask, get somebody else to help them in their home so that you have more time for you, because that could be affecting your health too. If you're always the caretaker for someone else, it might be time to go ahead and get some help with that so that you can take better care of yourself. So somebody specifically needed to hear that for sure. Oh my gosh. Heather says, my soon-to-be husband and I keep getting these cards. He's an Aqua rising. That's right. We need to get on that wedding planning. Sam Fran came up because we were considering a spot 30 minutes from here. Devon's on fire. Oh, Heather, that's so funny. That is so funny. I love that validation. Thank you. I was like, where did San Francisco come from? Yay. I'm so excited for your wedding plans, Heather. All right. We have new career. All right. So for Pisces, your work focus is shifting in a positive way, new and successful direction. So you've been shifting a lot of things, Pisces. You've been headed in a new direction, and they're giving you lots of kudos for paying attention to that, going with the flow. I think that, with Saturn being in your sign for these last couple of years, it's been making you get focused. It's like, hey, come on, get focused on this new career, this new direction. So Saturn's helping you there. And then I feel like once Saturn gets into Aries in May, that's going to really send you to a new level. Of course, we have now Neptune's no longer in your sign. So the illusions that have been holding you back hopefully have gone away. So you don't feel quite so foggy, and you can feel a lot more clear. Plus, that means Neptune is also in your second house of career and finance and money, right? So really, really positive here. And then coming up for the romance card, or the relationship card, if you want to call it, we have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. All right, so I know that comes off as kind of a negative card, but this doesn't have to be to a person. Maybe you've been holding out trying to finish a project for your work that you're not that into it anymore. What's that movie? She's just not that into you. I probably messed up the name of that, but you know what I mean? She's just not that into you. You're just not that into something, like it's not giving you the excitement back that you really want. I always talk about that whenever we have relationship readings, is you want there to be a two-way street, an equal give and take with anything you're doing, including your creative projects or your work. Are you really, what does Chris Rex say? Is the juice worth the squeeze? You know what I mean? Is it giving back to you? So I don't really feel like this is talking about a person. If a person popped into your mind and it felt right, then that's for you. Listen to your own intuition. But I'm getting for Pisces, it's about the fact that, the work you've been doing is not fulfilling. It's time to get in that new direction. So you guys are so great to each other in the comments. Makes my heart so happy. So this is really, really good, I feel, for Pisces, because you've been waiting a long time for this, and I'm excited. You've got Pluto in your second house now. Not your second house. What did I say that? What am I talking about? Saturn's going into your second house, and then you've got Neptune in your second house. So I just really feel it's going to bring you a lot of benefits, Pisces. So let's move on to your bonus reading here. This is where I like to give us some actions to take. So the first card we have here is the Seven of Earth. This is about the present energy right now. Remember, we were asked to take our time getting the information we need, maybe seeking a mentor, really finding the joy in the moment. That helps with having patience. And it says seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. We've all been dealing with this Seven of Earth card, okay? So this is really positive. It's just acknowledging that, yes, with all these retrogrades, yes, with all this stale energy where things are not moving, we're still going in the right direction. We've still planted the seeds necessary to bring us those rewards. So that's great. It's just affirming. We just have to keep having patience. We have to let our angels handle the situation and in order to have that patience, find joy in the moment, right? And then coming up in the near future, we have the Ego card. It says a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So again, when we're being asked to wait, our ego can step in and go, oh man, they're never going to call me back. Or, oh no, I'm never going to get that job offer. Oh, I'm never going to have enough money to take that dream vacation. No. Go away, ego. We're not doing that. We're finding joy in the moment. We're going to say, you know what? I'm going to have fun right now. I'm going to feel abundant right now. I'm going to do something to make myself feel better right now. So that is coming up in the near future. Just keep an eye out for it. Whenever I see this card, it's just that illusion that you're trapped waiting for something to happen when you're not really trapped. Just go do something else until it happens. You know that saying, which isn't actually true, but that saying, a watched pot never boils. But it's just that feeling like it feels like it's never going to boil because you're sitting there waiting. But if you go off and change a load of laundry, all of a sudden it's boiling over. So don't go do that. Stay in the kitchen, stay close by. But that's what they're basically saying. You've planted the seeds. Now don't let your ego get in the way of that. Just go do something else to take your mind off of it. And then, of course, another near future card, because we're going to get to the actions. I like to clarify King of Water. King of Water. Open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice and charity work. So this is beautiful energy. This is just being open-hearted with things and trusting that you are in divine flow. You're going to be guided to the best things for you. And we did get that advice card in the Celtic Cross. If you're just joining, please check out the Celtic Cross where they were talking about the external factors. Maybe it's time to hire that professional. If you're planning a wedding planner. Wink, wink. No. Heather, you're so amazing at that stuff. You don't need a wedding planner, but maybe it'll take a lot of stress off of you. So, but for anybody who is really wanting to go to the next level with something, we were getting a lot of advice about, getting trustworthy advice from somebody who's done it, right? All right, so let's get to our action cards here. We have 5 of Air. All right, so I asked Chris about this, Chris Rack from Minopon Tarot. I asked him about this last week. It says, an unwise choice, learn what you can from the situation, review everyone's motives. This is a positive card because this is an action card. This is about getting clear on something, right? So it could be that you do need to have a heart-to-heart conversation with something so you can get a clear answer, so you can make a clear decision. If you go seek that professional advice and they share some experiences with you and you go, oh, okay, well then I want that, I don't want this, you're getting clear. So really this is saying, hey, you need to get clear on what you want, which was part of the Celtic cross spread about self-discovery, right? So what's the next action to take here? We have the 3 of air. Great sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Okay, again, not a negative card. This is an action card. It usually represents that, you've been heartbroken in the past, right? But we were getting a lot of guidance around forgiving others. So really the action here, the action to take is while you're waiting for things to come to fruition, do the work you need to do to heal yourself, right? And a lot of times, that means finding the joy. The saying, laughter is the best medicine. That's I love that because it is true that, when we get lost in the moment of laughter, it raises our vibration. Excuse me, I need a glass of water. A sip of water. So I really feel like even though at first sight these cards seem challenging, these are not in that position. These are in the action card. So get clear on what you want. It's actually going to bring a lot of healing to get clear on what you want. What do you really want? So I love this energy here. The main thing to keep in mind is the self-talk and pursuing that joy daily. That's the thing that we had as the affirmations earlier. Keep looking for the joy. Keep that vibration high. If you want to join my community, a membership so you can be at the live tomorrow or watch or ask questions and be in the recording, I'll always, if you ask questions, I'll make sure they're on the recording, they're answered there. You can join the link below, but thank you for liking and sharing this video. Thank you for being here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I'm so honored to be here with all of you, and let me know how you're doing. And Wednesday, we will be talking about the spiritual significance of ladybugs, and I'll have more angel messages for you, and I'll see you then. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.